once I was able to put systems in place to have others handle the day-to-day operations, I then had the freedom to choose to do the things that bring me joy and work on more tasks that will move the business forward. Hello and welcome back to the Blissful Mompreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Christina Hall, and I am so grateful you're here today. I am on a mission to help mompreneurs or female entrepreneurs who hope to be moms in the future systemize and scale their businesses to beat overwhelm and reclaim their time. Join me each week as I dive into actionable strategies and inspiring stories to support you on your journey to entrepreneurial success and work-life balance. Welcome back to the third part of our multi-part series on how to baby-proof your small business so you can take precious time off to be with your newborn. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I was working over 60 hours per week and still handling almost everything myself. My business was my world. I often refer to it as my first baby. I had built such strong relationships with my students and their families, and I was terrified that no one else could do what I did. The thought of hiring someone to teach my students, manage the schedule, communicate with students and families, and handle billing was daunting. What if they made mistakes? Could I even afford to hire help? There were moments when I considered closing the studio altogether. But I had students preparing for college auditions or professional auditions, and I didn't want to leave them without a teacher. On the other hand, immediately returning back to work was the last thing I wanted. Before we get into actionable steps, I want to highlight what changed in my business once I baby-proofed. In all honesty, going on maternity leave was truly the catalyst to finally grow my business. Up until that point, I was doing everything. And once I was able to put systems in place to have others handle the day-to-day operations, I then had the freedom to choose to do the things that bring me joy and work on more high-level tasks that actually move the business forward. Plus, I now have a sellable business, whereas before, no one in their right mind would buy my business. The other beautiful result of baby-proofing is your business continues to serve your clients and customers who most likely have come to rely on the product or service you provide. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, this is part 3 of a multi-part series. So episode 17 is the beginning of this series, which is when we covered how to determine how much time you will take off for your maternity leave. Then in episode 18, we discussed how to get clear on your financial situation and create a plan so that you can take a true maternity leave to be with your baby. If you missed either of those episodes, go back, listen to those first, and then come back here when you're done. Today, we're going to begin to get clear on everything you are currently doing to keep your business afloat, and then come up with a plan to offload these responsibilities. This is an action-heavy episode, so you can do this one of two ways. You could listen to the entire episode right now to get an overview of the concepts, and then when you have time, replay the episode and pause as you complete each step. Or if you have time, you could grab a notebook or open a Google Doc and do this right now, pausing between the steps. I'm the type of person who likes to get an overview of the concepts before I start implementing, but you do what works best for you. All right, here we go. After you have figured out how much time you would like to take off from your business to be with your baby, and you have come up with a financial plan, now you need to come up with a plan to ensure that your business continues to run smoothly in your absence, so that you can continue to serve your clients, pay your bills, pay team members, earn revenue, and draw money from the business. Begin by writing an exhaustive list of everything you do in your business. Consider what you do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual basis. Are there any major events or periods in your business that fall during your maternity leave? Spend some time writing down everything that comes to mind and keep the notebook or document handy so that you can continue to add to it over the course of a week. Trust me, you will continue to think of things as you go through your week. But to help you along, consider the following areas. What do you do with respects to delivering the product or service? And this includes customer service. Are you involved in billing, collecting payments, paying bills, payroll, or accounting? What are your responsibilities with respects to marketing and sales? This includes website management, SEO, email marketing, social media, Google or Facebook ads management, print ads. How about human resources, which includes hiring and recruiting, onboarding and training new hires, and ongoing management of team members? If you have a brick and mortar location, who handles maintenance and cleaning? I like to organize these tasks into separate categories such as delivering product or service, finance, marketing and sales, human resources, and maintenance. Once you have your list, print it out if you created it on the computer, and grab 3 different color highlighters. One color is for tasks you will batch. The second color is for tasks you will delegate. And the last color is for tasks you want to continue to do when you're on leave. It is possible for you to delegate or batch everything, but it really depends on how involved you currently are in your business and how much time you have until the baby is born. Depending on your unique position, it is entirely possible to offload every task so that you don't have to worry about anything. Just to give you a little backstory, there were still certain tasks that I didn't give up even when I was on maternity leave, and that included payroll, paying bills, and managing team members. All right, now that you have your list and 3 highlighters, begin highlighting the tasks you can and would like to batch ahead of time. Keep in mind, these can be projects that you oversee that could be delegated to a team member. For example, if you want to batch create social media content for your maternity leave, but you want a team member to actually create the content and you just give approval, that would count as a batch project or task. Then highlight all the tasks that you can delegate. You don't have to figure out who will take on each responsibility just yet. Simply choose which tasks you will delegate while you're on leave. If there are any tasks left over, take a close look and decide if you could feasibly continue to do those tasks while on leave. Or perhaps you can in fact batch or delegate the remaining tasks. If you decide that you would like to continue doing these tasks, you can go ahead and highlight them in the 3rd color. All right, now you have a color-coded outline of everything that needs to be done for your business to continue to operate while you take time off. Now we're going to take a closer look at the delegated tasks. Consider your current team. Who on your team would be best suited to handle each task? If you think of someone, write their name next to the task. If you don't have anyone suited to handle the task, consider hiring someone. If you have friends or family members that may be looking for extra work, they may be able to help you. Early on in my business, when I didn't have a team, my parents would help me with customer service while I would go on short vacations, and my friends who were also teachers would sub for me. If you decide that you will need to hire someone, I recommend going back and listening to episodes 13, 14, and 15. In these 3 episodes, I break down how to create a hiring funnel, including writing the job description, advertising for candidates, sorting through candidates, the interview process, offering the position, and onboarding. Those episodes will take you step by step through how to create a hiring funnel that will attract the best candidates. For now, if you don't have someone to handle a task, right next to it, "will hire" or "will ask," insert name of friend or family member. Next, I'd like you to look at the list of tasks that you would like to batch and estimate how much time you will need to batch each task. Do you want help with batching these tasks or projects? I recommend overestimating the amount of time it will take to batch. In my experience, I tend to underestimate just how much time something will take me, and then I'm pressed for time. As you start to consider just how much time it will take to batch certain tasks, you may start to reconsider and decide to delegate. As you go through your list, you may begin to question why you even continue to do certain tasks and decide to eliminate them altogether. All right, now you have the foundation of a plan. At this point, I would either open up a calendar or create a document where you assign each task you will delegate and each task you will batch to a particular week. I like to prioritize delegating tasks first because if you're able to delegate some of the things you do on a daily or weekly basis, then that will free up your time to focus on batching. If you're struggling with time management, I recommend listening to episodes 2 and 3, all about planning your week and time management. The information in these episodes will help you create blocks in your calendar to ensure that every week you are finding time to work on baby-proofing your business. In next week's episode, we are going to talk about how to delegate tasks to team members. Be sure to tune in next week, and if you have any questions, please DM me on Instagram at the Blissful Mompreneur. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Blissful Mompreneur Podcast. I hope you found the episode valuable and inspiring. Remember, you have the power to step off that hamster wheel, reclaim your time, and find balance in your life. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell and leave a comment below letting me know your biggest takeaway. Your feedback helps me continue to provide valuable content to mompreneurs like you. Until next time, keep pursuing your dreams, finding joy in the journey, and creating a life and business you love. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.